In today's video, we're going to show you how to install our interior MDF door lining. Our MDF door lining is a great upgrade for any renovation project, giving you far more flexibility when ordering and assembling than standard off-the-shelf kits. Before we get started, here's what you'll need: a tape measure, a spirit level, an impact driver, a drill with a countersink attachment, a nail gun, assorted packers, fixing screws, some wood joining glue, a miter saw or an adjustable miter box, a combination square, and a few scrap pieces of timber for bracing. If you're not sure how to measure your door opening so you can order the correct width and thickness, click the video on screen now for a quick guide. So, let's get started. When you order our door linings, the header and the jambs arrive slightly oversized. You'll need to cut them down to fit your opening. Start by measuring the width of the door opening in at least 4 places, using the smallest measurement. Then deduct 16 to 20mm from this figure to allow an 8 to 10mm clearance on each side of the door. Then mark and cut the final length using your adjusted measurement. Next, we'll size the jambs. Measure from the floor to the top of the opening in 4 places and use the smallest measurement. From this, deduct 8 to 10mm clearance at the top, the thickness of the header, and 5mm at the bottom to help keep the frame square and allow for future flooring. Then mark and cut both jambs to length. Now it's time to assemble the door lining. On the face of the header, measure in from each end by half the thickness of the jambs and mark a line. These lines show where the jambs fixings will sit. Using our drill with the countersink attachment, drill 2 fixing holes at each end of the header within these lines. Position each jamb against the header, making sure the edges are flush. Using our header holes as a guide, pilot drill into the jambs. Then apply a bead of wood joining glue where the header and the jambs meet. Then fix our header into position. Now we'll add our braces to the frame to make sure it's straight and square. Take a slightly oversized piece of timber and at the top of the frame, mark the inner edges of each jamb. Then on each jamb, measure 200mm up from the bottom and mark a line. Position the timber brace across the jambs at these 200mm marks, adjusting the timbers until the inner edges line up with the marks of the brace. When everything's aligned, add a second mark close to the outer edge of each jamb. This is where you'll fix your brace, so the screw holes will later be hidden by the architrave. Drill a countersunk pilot hole through the brace and the jamb, then screw the brace into place, repeating on the other side of the frame. With each jamb now straight, next we need to square our lining. You can use a rafter square here, but if you don't have one, we're going to show you how to do the 3-4-5 method. So, from inside the edge of the top corner jamb, measure 300mm down and place your marking. From the same corner along the inside of the edge of the header, measure 400mm and place your marking. Next, take a piece of timber and mark out a central 500mm section. To do this, simply subtract 500mm from the total length of the timber, as is 670mm long. This gave us 170mm. Then divide the result by 2. This gave us a total of 85mm. Then using this measurement, measure that distance in from both ends to create 2 marks 500mm apart. Then line up these 500mm marks on the timber with your 300mm and 400mm marks on the frame. Adjust the frame until both marks align. This means the corner is now square. Then fix the brace into place using the same method as the lower brace. With the door lining now straight, level and square, it's ready for fitting. Offer the door lining into the opening and roughly centre it by eye. Now we need to decide where the fixing points will go. For a standard width like this, 1 fixing on each level is enough. For linings wider than 1600mm wide, use 2 fixings on each level. We need to plan where our fixings will go so they'll be hidden by the slabbing strip. To do this, measure in the thickness of the door that will be fitted by measuring from the outer edge of the lining, then mark the position. From this marking, place an offcut of the slabbing strip against the line and then gauge where the fixing point will sit behind the slabbing strip. Then, using a combination square, transfer this line all the way around the lining. With our marked line in place, we're going to start by pilot holing each fixing point. We're roughly placing 2 fixing points along the top corners of the header, and then we're roughly adding 2 fixing points to each end of our jambs. Then, measuring the distance between both fixing points on our jambs to evenly place our other 2 fixings. Using our countersink each fixing point. Now it's time to level and fix our lining into position. We're starting with the header. Place a spirit level along the header and check for any deviations. To counteract the discrepancies, use a series of packers on the corresponding jamb to correct the levelling of the door lining. Once you're happy it's all level, insert a series of packers at each header fixing point so they fit snugly between the lining and the wall. Check that everything is still level and then fix the header into place through the pre-drilled fixing points. Now it's time to level the jambs. Place a spirit level against one of the jambs and adjust it until it's perfectly plumb. Insert packers at each fixing point so they're snug between the jamb and the door opening. Fix through your first point, recheck that everything's still level, and then continue adding your fixing points down the jamb. Repeating the same process for the other side. When everything is fixed, recheck the frame is still level and plumb, make any final adjustments if needed. Once you're confident everything is solid and true, you can remove the temporary braces. Finally, we're going to add our slamming strip. Typically, you'd add the slamming strip once the door is hung, but to demonstrate the process, we'll be fitting it without the door installed. Using the mark line we made earlier for the thickness of the door, use your combination square and transfer the measurement around the entire inside of the door lining. This will act as your reference line for positioning the slamming strip. Next, we're going to cut our header slamming strip to size. Measure the inside width across the top of the frame and cut the header piece of your slamming strip to length. Here we're using our mini overload slamming strip moulding, which we feel adds a bit of character. But you can also opt for our standard slamming strip. Because the strip is profiled, cut each end of the top piece at a 45-degree angle so the profile continues neatly around the corners. Measure the height of each jamb and cut the side strips to length, mitering the top ends at a 45-degree angle to match the header piece. With all three strips cut, apply a bead of wood joining glue to the back of the header strip, then line it up with your reference line and fix it into place with a nail gun. Repeat the process for each jamb strip, ensuring the mitered corners meet neatly. And that's it! You've now successfully installed our interior MDF door lining. If you found this video helpful or insightful, consider subscribing to our channel and pressing the bell icon so you don't miss any of our latest videos. We hope this video helps, and we'll see you in the next one.